I know, I thought you were joking.
No.
Welcome to the Supper Club, everybody. I'm with George Thomas today at his place. Danny isn't feeling great again. I'm eating pizza. We're early. George Thomas is a Idlewild icon and a longtime resident, painter, sculptor, philosopher.
I,
Will you
I,
introduce yourself?
I came to Iowa in 1956. I was 16 years old. My mother brought us up here with 5 kids. And I've been in and out for the last, I say maybe 50 years.
Mm.
And I always did like a rural area. I lived in the city for years, but I dealt with the city, but I always found myself coming to Iowa.
Mm.
Although back in the day, when I was like 16 years old, I used to skate at a place up in Iowa called Polk's Skating Ring. The Polks, they were from Detroit too, and they had a skating ring, and they would open up every year for skaters. And one day, I didn't realize the skating ring was up there. One day, I was just walking, trying to find out what was in the neighborhood. And I came upon this place. I walked up the hill and I seen this skating ring. I seen all these cars parked, and across the street was a Flamingo Club where different stars was coming up here, and I've heard that all stars was coming here. I have seen Jackie Wilson, Louis John, people like that used to come up here for entertainment at uh, Phil Giles Flamingo Club. Um, I'm an artist. Been trying to be an artist all my life, and I got pieces and spread it out throughout the country. Pieces that in the Muskegon Museum, and pieces like in Lansing, Michigan, and things like that. And I try to do my art every day. I get down in my back, old age, and everything else,
Mm.
but I still try to do my artwork.
Did you know about Idlewild before you got here?
No, it was a lady named Miss Brown. My mother had all our pictures. We came from a very, very poor family. It was a newspaper called the Chronicle, and my mother had called the Chronicle out, and the Chronicle took a picture of all of us. So this lady that lived in Mount Clemens, her name is Miss Brown, she seen that picture, and she came out and visited my mother and told my mother that she knew a place that she could take her and her 5 kids. And we packed up what little clothes that we had and everything, and we rolled up to this place called Idlewild, Michigan. I had never heard of this place before. We came to Idlewild, Michigan. I found out it was a resort that for blacks when blacks couldn't go nowhere. They had their own private deed. They couldn't go into other places where white people went. So this place was set up. I forget the name of these two guys. It was two white guys from Chicago. They the one that sort of like found Idlewild and started selling real estate to blacks. I seen some of the old newspapers where they were selling lots. Let me see. The lots in Idlewild, I think, is 25 by 50, 25 by 100, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And over in Pleasant Plain, the lots is a little larger. But anyway, they used to run ads. They ran ads in the paper, and black people started coming from all over buying property up here in a place called Idlewild, Michigan. And I was seeing cars lining up from, oh boy, I've seen cars look like lining up on Baldwin Road, look like all the way to Flamingo Club. And this place was really, 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 really crowded with people. Most of the black people from the city. But the funny thing, I used to see all them people that came up here like from different parts of the world to see Idlewild. But they would stay like for a certain length of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing you know, the place looked like a ghost town.
Mm.
Everybody just vanished and they go back to the city. They close their places up and they go back to the city. But over the last 30 years or so, I started seeing more and more people. More and more people was moving out of the city, moving to Idlewild.
Mm.
So I don't know the population now for Idlewild, but it's a lot more than it was, I would say, 20, 30 years, 40 years ago.
What do you like about Idlewild? What keeps you
I
coming
like
back?
the quietness.
Mm.
I like the quietness. And the people. People will come from the city sometime and they would say, "There's nothing to do."
Yeah.
What do y'all do up there? There's nothing to do. So they head back to the city. But me, I'm the type of person that's sort of a quiet person, a loner, mostly a loner. I call myself a loner. I like to be alone. I like places like small towns like this where you don't see a lot of shooting and cars making noise and all that.
Yeah.
But then sometimes this place do feel like the city sometimes because there are sometimes people come up here with their loud radio, which I doesn't like.
And their drugs.
Yeah. And they got these what they call them, they ride them, they four-wheelers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're four-wheelers. A lot of people ride those up and down Baldwin Road sometimes. But it'll never be like the city though. It'll never be like the city.
Do you miss all the people coming?
Hmm?
Do you miss all the people coming?
Yes, I do.
You do? I brought more in case you wanted a refill too. I brought you all kinds of stuff.
You good?
weed, dowel rods.
You got the mushroom?
No, I'm not. I'll bring those tomorrow.
You didn't burn the mushroom?
Here's a ribbon. I was thinking red. So we're working on some art projects together finally. I've been wanting to for a while. And kind of like your studio assistant, huh? You tell me to go get stuff. So I have thumbtacks. I got these nails. And these thumbtacks. And these thumbtacks. And these nails. And we're working on, I found this video on YouTube of Lil Armstrong performing. And Lil is the one that discovered Louis Armstrong in Chicago. So he came up to Chicago as a little kid and she was like, "You're a hot mess. Let me fix you up." And she like was his first manager and basically made his whole career. And she was already a really big jazz performer in Chicago. So there's one of the famous pictures of Idlewild is that postcard with Louis Armstrong in the canoe on the lake. You know that one? And she's actually sitting right next to him, but you could hardly see her. And she's the one that bought them their house here. So George is working on the performers in the band, and I found an old TV that we're going to put this box sculpture into, and then I'm going to animate the figures. And I'm making the banner out of this ribbon for the Flamingo Club. I'm really excited about it.
I met Lily a few years ago. I would say about 3 years ago, and she has become a real friend of mine. I call her my representative. I call her my legs, because I can't half walk. I got where I really work at is out in the back. I got a larger place out in the back where I work. And
Outback Studio.
It's called Outback Studio. And she goes out and she gets things for me. She seems to know where everything at. She goes out, she brings stuff back in. She also brings people by here to look at my artwork and buy my artwork. So I really appreciate that. She's really a close friend. I call her my, what do you call it? I said my representative, my agent. That's what I call her, because she represents George Thomas, Outback Studio.
And you are, you've been like capturing the history of Idlewild since you were a kid.
Yeah.
Without anyone really. I think there's a lot of people that love you, but not enough.
Yeah.
And the people,
that's something to know.
The people that know you, I think, get it, but
I would think that most people don't like me.
What? Why do you think that?
I don't know.
You're awesome.
I'm quiet.
They're quiet. I think they don't know what to do. But when I got to Idlewild in 2020, and yeah, we met I think a year later. Betty Foote brought me over, and then immediately regretted it, I think. Because yeah, a lot of people do want to keep quiet, but I think it's because they know how much of a treasure you are, and they want to make sure you stay okay. And a lot of a lot of folks here have been taking advantage of each other. And so I understand where she's coming from. I always appreciated the check-in, but I wish she would call more often and be nice.
I don't know what kind of comments the first one to make with that, what you just said then about a lot of people being taken advantage of.
Well, it's kind of, we're in like rough times right now. Mm-hmm. And I know for me as like a new person,
there's something I wanted to ask you. I don't know if I should say it on this tape or not. I guess it'll be all right when don't look like I'm gonna ever get that place in the back out there finished painting.
The purple?
The painting. Mm-hmm. I don't look like to me that I'm gonna ever get it finished. It's been going on all for 2 years now.
Who started that project?
Some people have been idle.
Yeah. Some people at Idlewild started it, and I'm dedicated to finish it, but I have been overextending myself, haven't I?
I'm gonna see how much would you charge me to finish painting.
I'm not gonna charge you. I just need time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get my class of students out in May.
You mean you would paint that for nothing?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe that. Come on, I had to give you something.
Well, we're making work together. You'll probably end up making me millions of dollars.
Yeah, I hope so. Before I leave here.
Yep.
Before I leave,
and finish your.
That's the only thing that my art is the only thing that keep me going. That people say, "What do y'all?" There's nothing to do up there. They don't understand that an artist need this type of environment.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
They don't understand that, and it's kind of hard to explain it to them because they wouldn't understand it in the first place. But anyway, I was always when I lived in the city. I lived in Detroit for years and years, but all the friends that I made in Detroit, I had very few that come up here with me on the weekend. I would get off my job, whatever job I had. I had several jobs in my life. Last time I would get off my job and I would come to Idlewild. Every weekend I would come to Idlewild. Every weekend. But I never got, none of my friends actually would take a ride up here.
What would they say?
Oh, well, I did get one guy.
I also brought these tile pieces because I just finished that fireplace mantle. Mm-hmm. So I thought if you don't want to use them, I'll bring them back.
Let me see those.
These are like pencil tiles, I guess. Sorry to cut you off. You were talking about you did get one friend to come?
Look what we use those in.
Mm-hmm. Maybe in the...
Where did you get these? You made them?
No. I got them from Lowe's, I think. These are from Menards. Yeah, y'all, I'm like almost finished with the permanent set. And I was really excited. I hope you come over.
Come over where?
To my house. I keep trying to get George to come.
Oh, okay.
Because I've been working on my house so much, and then you get all upset that I'm busy.
Yeah, Lily have got several pieces on my work.
Yeah, and they're in the permanent set now. And there's a I'm building a display at Interlochen Arts Academy. That's one of the best art schools in the whole world.
This piece that I'm working on, me and Lily is working on this piece together. And I had this idea, but I don't understand how. It looked like I might have told her that. That I was looking for an old TV to put my figures inside of it, look like on TV. But then it looked like I didn't say anything to her. Looked like that one day she said she got this old TV. She come in with this old TV that she got off the line and said that it was a picture that I had, that she would take the old figures and put inside the TV. And I said, look like to me, I had that idea a long time ago.
That's what my cousin Imelda always says too. My cousin Imelda says that a lot too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, she even showed me, like, she has a notebook from 10 plus years ago. And I said something one time and she was like, wait a second, and ran and got her notebook and showed me, and it was like almost word for word. So it does feel like something's going on, which is, I'm excited to be able to know you.
Yeah. 15 minutes and went by, huh?
Yeah. It's been like 30 minutes, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
15, 25 minutes.
It's been 25 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes over. I ran out of things.
You're bored of me already?
I ran out of things to say. I guess I could say a lot more.
Could I bring out the figure you're working on?
The what?
Could I bring out the figure that you're working on?
What, the figure that I'm working on? In the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in the Polk skating rink painting. I'm going to bring out...
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, cool.
That piece that hanging up, that's what we're working on?
Yeah, the piece that's at Interlochen right now. Which I need to get back to. But this is the Polk skating rink that George was talking about earlier. And this is from your memory, right?
Just an idea. This is like imagination of post skating ring when I used to skate there, like in 1956, when I was about 16 years old. And this is the idea of imagination.
What you remember
of a skate.
Well, I loved how people talk about these pillars. Can you talk about them?
Talk about what?
The pillars that were in there.
The pole?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean how they skate?
Well, the posts that were around the skating rink. That you had to skate around.
Oh, right, you're right. It did have posters. I forgot about that. Post skating ring had posters in the middle of the floor. And we used to skate around the posters. Okay, they had an area where you could go like from this side to the other side. So you skating around the posters, But that's the outside. But then in the middle, they had all these posts. When you didn't want to be in the traffic or the skating or going around in a circle all the way around, you would get out in the middle of the floor. That's where the posters. That's where the posters was at. And I had to mention this guy's name. All the skaters that used to skate and at Post Skating Range, I already mentioned this guy. His name was Gilbert Washington. Gilbert Washington was he could really skate good, and he used to skate with a lot of girls, and he used to skate this part of you on this picture you see where this girl is skating in front of this guy. He would stand behind a girl, and a girl would be in the front, and he'd be tearing the floor up. And his name was Gilbert Washington. And he lived up here in Idaho, but I think he worked down there in Flint, Michigan. And I haven't seen him. In years and years. I don't know if he living or dead. Hate to say that, but I really don't know because I haven't seen him in years.
Well, Gilbert Washington, if you're out there, say hi.
Yeah. Hi, Gilbert Washington. Yeah, I always remember him. He was a good skater. All the skaters that was in there, he was, to my opinion, he was the best.
Did you get very good?
Huh?
Did you get good?
Did I?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Would you ever draw, like when you were would you go to Idlewild events and draw people?
Draw?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Just at home?
Maybe not. Kind of hard to say,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll put this one back.
Mm-hmm.
Should I show the church one?
Yeah.
That one's new.
You can bring that piece that I'm working on. It's hanging up by on that lamp.
Oh, cool.
This is the reason why I asked for cotton balls.
Oh, okay. That's their specialty.
See, I use cotton balls. Use cotton balls here.
And everyone gets
and
underpants?
Cotton balls here. This is.
What about, have you ever used them for afros?
I never used it for an afro. It would be a good idea, but I never used it for afro. I always use my regular paper mache that I make. This is the first piece that's half finished that will go in the television. This figure will be a female, and she is beating the drum. These are the sticks, as you can see. One hand down, and the other one up. She's beating drums, and she's sitting. And this is wire. I build the figures out of wire, and it's supposed to be paper mache. I strip my paper and then wrap it around the figure until I get the figure done. But I found out something different and stripping the paper, I found out I started using paper towels.
Mm.
I don't know, I can't remember what I did one day. I was using paper towels. I use these bonders. You seen the commercial on television, the quick picker upper. They thicker.
Yeah.
So I started using these paper towels,
Mm-hmm.
and these paper towels work just as well as the paper. So I usually just take newspaper
Mm.
and strip them. But now I just cut up these paper towels. Start doing that. And then after I get through with the paper towels, I got something that I call paper mass. It's chewed up paper, and I take that and I put it all over the figure.
Hey, Steve. What up, though?
And this is the head. This will be the head. I'll do the head last.
I love the arms, how it's just like almost like a phone cord.
What?
The arms here.
Yeah, I did this on a rod. I was trying to figure out. I took a stick and took the stick and went around it like that.
Mm.
And then I pulled it off the stick. That's why it looked like that way.
Mm.
That was trying to speed up. I was trying to speed up the process because sometimes I find myself working too long on one figure.
Mm.
But I don't know. I managed to do it. Once I finish this right here, you said you want each figure before I shackle them down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to take.
You said
You
shackle
want
them
to
down?
take, huh?
What'd you say?
Huh?
What'd you call it?
You want to take each figure and I guess you want to photograph it or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to take pictures of them individually so I can animate it.
You can nominate it. Are these figures gonna move
Mm-hmm.
inside the box?
No, it'll be like a separate video.
It'll be a separate video from the piece that you're making.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that'll be a sculpture, and then it'll have a moving film that goes with it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm excited. It'd be neat if we could find the same exact TV and like put a screen in there so they could sit side by side. Like
So
it'd
they
be
can set side by side.
Yeah, so there'd be the sculpture and then the video coming out of the same box.
Okay. Okay.
Don't you think that'd be cool?
Mm-hmm. Cool too.
What's next? How about the church painting?
Yeah, you got some.
You want to bring those in there?
Yeah, you can put them in there.
What are these going to be for?
Hmm?
What are these going to be for?
What, they were down the rod?
Uh-huh.
Where you gonna put them at?
In your studio?
I know, but what did you ask me before?
Oh, what are you using them for?
Oh, let me see. I had it all figured out. The stuff that I'm gonna use, this still ain't everything that I'm gonna use. Okay, the dowling rods is gonna be like let me see, they're gonna be like a stand up under something. I'm trying to figure out what I was gonna put up under. Okay. Part of I got to make a piano.
Mm-hmm.
I got to make a piano. And those boards that in those thick boards that's inside that room in there,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to cut them a certain length. That way I can fit them inside the TV.
Okay, let me get the boards and see what size that is. These boards?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It ain't nothing on this.
Oh yeah, you gotta refill it. You want me to do it for you?
Mm-hmm.
Look, I brought my notebook.
Okay.
Send me the jar. How big do you want the boards?
This week.
Mm-hmm.
Now those dollars, I don't know if you got this. You get everything. They got some dollars that's smaller than that one. You didn't get those. That's okay.
Well, you said
Because I can get by those.
you said your pinky finger, and I was like,
Yeah, but they got one. They got one a little smaller than that.
yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm trying to see the TV. You put something in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can't smoke on the table, can you?
Yeah. It's legal.
Mm-hmm.
It's legal. Plus, we're artists.
It's legal.
Yeah. It's 2024, George.
I don't know nobody know.
I brought my card. I brought the cards back too. If you want me to pull something.
The what?
I brought the cards back too. If you want me to pull something.
What card?
The tarot cards.
Oh. Oh yeah, I was thinking about those.
You were?
Yeah, but yeah.
I gotta find a pen. Okay. Is it working? What size did you want the boards?
Hmm?
What size did you want the boards cut to? Oh, is this for the piano?
Yeah.
Okay. I brought the jigsaw too. This is it.
Yeah.
Is that small enough?
Yeah, I think that's smaller than the one I got.
Okay.
It is. I don't think it'll be no smaller than that one. See, I've been going on I've been going on the on internet. I guess that's not the internet. It's I get what they call that. But anyway, um, um, what am I looking for? Um, 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 picture of an old pianist. See?
Uh-huh.
Okay, now I want to make a piano.
Mm-hmm.
How do I get back to that? Yeah, I was gonna use the dialing rod. See right here.
Oh yeah, uh-huh.
I was gonna use the dialing rods for that.
Okay.
Okay, now the board, that board there,
That's too thick.
I got to try to measure it. It is. Do you see that you see that piece of soft foam that I've been cutting out of?
Mm-hmm.
You go get that for me. And the marker and the marker.
Steve, if you're still on, or whoever's out there, how you doing?
I was trying to cause this is my own imagination piano.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you can make a piano. I got a book in there where you can make a piano out of a cigar box. I got a book in there where you make a piano out of a cigar box.
That would be
Okay,
cute.
now I want that board cut like this.
The wood board?
Yeah, see that board there?
Mm-hmm.
That might be. This right here is hard. This is hard to cut. I ordered this right here, but it's really, really thick. It's just as thick as that board there.
Mm-hmm.
About the same thickness.
But a lot lighter.
But yeah, a lot lighter. You think I could make the piano on this instead of the board?
Hey, Mark.
Hmm?
There's some more folks on. You could. I mean, does it need to be that thick of wood?
It don't have to be that thick of wood, no.
Because I also have thinner wood.
You got thinner wood.
Mm-hmm. It's like a 1/4 inch, I think.
I wonder where I would be able to, like, okay, see if that was cut.
Mm-hmm.
And I take that and put it on top of that. That's
Mhm.
gonna be the piano.
Mhm.
Cause you see, it's like I got a simple made. Do you see? Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
What?
You're gonna stack those, like sandwich them together.
Right.
So
This gonna be.
And that one's a little shorter, so it'll be like the part of the piano that comes out where the keys are.
Right. It's like, yeah. This gonna be stacked on top of.
Were you unsure about it yourself, or were you seeing if I understood you?
I don't know. I don't know if this is too big or too small. I know this is too wide here.
Well, the TV is pretty deep.
Huh?
The TV is pretty
Yeah,
deep.
but see, you got to find space.
Mhm.
Okay, like you see where if you look up in there, those are drums. Those are pieces that one they're gonna be drums.
Yeah, they look cool, but they are pretty big.
Huh?
Are they like canned food?
You think they're too big?
They seem pretty big.
You think they're too big? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think they're too big. I was thinking for a minute that they were too small.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I was thinking they were too small. But see, this here might have to be cut down. This one might have to be cut down like that.
Well, I could start with your lines, and then if it's too big, we could cut it more. Or you just want to move it? You need a ruler?
Fit this inside. So, let me see. That zipsaw cut this a lot quicker than I use with that knife.
Mm-hmm.
That knife got to make it ziggle that. Could you take that zigsaw and cut these out?
Mm-hmm. We're in your studio?
You can do it.
Behind the chair?
You can do it in here. You just might have to sweep up the floor. Let me see. What about that rule? There's a plug on the side of that.
You want to just use this as a straight edge?
Huh?
Straight edge?
What? Where you find that at?
Under the table.
Did you see the plug?
The plug?
Yes.
There you go.
Let me see. I took look at that piano. It's just estimating it. I don't know exactly. Let me see. Let me see. I would say a piano is narrow. Make it a little narrower than that. Let me see. That across there and across. I said, I don't think we're going to be no bigger. No bigger, no, okay. Better go out a little bit more. Put that. And see, little car. That's it. You cut. Cut these out.
Okay.
Like that. Like that. And it might be too big. But anyway, I'll see it. I'll take it up, put it up in there.
All right.
I don't know. I want to use wood, but I might use that. Oh, I didn't know that table was broke.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's falling. Hmm?
Lydia, you are real buddy.
You do.
Huh?
You too.
You got a lot of irons. You put a lot of irons in the fire, though.
I know.
You know that saying? You ever heard that saying before?
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah.
You didn't get the masking tape.
Not yet, no.
Hmm?
Not yet, no.
That's what I needed. That's what I needed. Masking.
Well, you told me like
I needed
in the evening.
I needed.
I'd already been to the store.
Yeah, okay. I need a small.
A thin one?
I needed one that's wide and one now. Need a wide one like that.
Like 2 inch and 1 inch?
Huh?
Like a 2 inch and a 1 inch?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
How much I owe you for that stuff that you already done got? I don't know what that means.
Means past that when you're done.
It ain't lit.
You get the jar. Ashtray. Can you pass the ashtray?
Mm.
What else have you been thinking about?
What I've been thinking about? Oh,
Yeah.
the cards.
The cards? Oh, yeah.
You talking about the cards?
Mm-hmm. What have you been thinking about them?
Oh, I was just thinking about them one day. I just said something about what I thought about. I don't know what I thought about. I was trying to think about what people said about them.
Mm.
And then you were reading some Bible stuff out of there.
And that changed something?
Yeah.
I like how quickly.
I
hope if I make it to my 80s.
Make what?
If I make it to my 80s, I hope I still have an open mind like you do.
Oh, yeah? You think I got an open mind?
Mm-hmm.
What do you really call an open mind?
An open mind is like when you're ready, when you hear something and you're ready to consider it. Like, there's not like a block, you know? Sometimes you have like, yeah, sometimes you have a strong opinion, and even then, if I'm like, is that really what you think? You'll be like, oh, maybe it could be different.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what an open mind is.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you think I got? I never realized that.
Yeah.
Maybe my art might have something to do with it. I don't know.
I bet.
The way, you know.
But I know a lot of artists that don't have open minds.
Huh?
I know some artists that don't have open minds.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How about that? How about that?
It's just like ego, you know? But you really make art for art.
You know what that expression means? I heard it before.
What?
I heard that before.
Yeah.
Art for art.
Yeah. Someone told you that before?
I've heard that expression before, but I'm trying to see what it really means.
Well, because I think some people make art because they think they're going to be famous, you know, or make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And some people make art because they just like, that's all you think about all day.
I get you. Okay, I get you now.
Just so that this, you know, you get this thing out and it exists.
I never thought about being rich doing my artwork. I never thought that I'd ever get the money that I have got for some. I never thought about that. And I get attached to my artwork.
Mm-hmm.
I can do something and I have it for so many years, and then somebody wants to buy it, and I sell it to them, but I really don't want to sell it.
Yeah.
And then after I sold it to them, I'll have wished that I hadn't sold it.
Yeah.
So that's how attached I get to my artwork. Mm-hmm. So that means that you know, you can buy it, you take it or leave it. You want it. You know what I mean? Somebody says, so how much you want for that? I can't price my stuff either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I have time to price my stuff. I think it's too little is too much.
Mm-hmm.
So I sold a lot of my stuff really, really cheap. I really have sold a lot of my stuff cheap. And then another thing I used to say, you probably heard me say before, that I wish that some of the pieces that I sold, I wish I hadn't sold them.
Mm-hmm.
Which I could have kept. Which could have kept them a little longer. But then people always say, like my wife used to always tell me, yeah, you can always make it again. But I do hate to make the same piece twice.
Yeah.
Um, I made I did a guy pushing a girl in a swing.
Mm-hmm.
I did that maybe about 2, 3 times.
I want to build that as a big sculpture.
Yeah.
Yeah, like out in Idlewild somewhere.
Yeah. And I had it at this. I had it at this art show that I go to in Harbor, Michigan. And this guy, he's a big guy. Oh, well, that guy was about 6, 7, 8, 6, 7 or 8, close to 7 feet. And his wife about like that. But anyway, he's seen the piece. And guy pushing a girl on a swing.
Mm-hmm.
And I did our scrap material. I found a stick or a branch somewhere around out in the yard somewhere. And I fitted a swing inside of it and mounted it, and I made my figures and stuff like that and put on it. And he said, "Oh, I used to push you in the swing." He said, "I'm gonna buy it." But anyway, make a long story short, somebody bought it and I sold it to him. I did it. Oh, you sold that piece. I wanted to buy that for me and my wife. Could you make it again? I don't really like to make a piece twice. But anyway, I made it. I did it again. I made it again. Incidentally, this guy flew a plane, a small plane. You know, the small airplane. He was a pilot. He flew a small airplane. And I'm trying to think what state he stayed in. I think it was Indiana. But anyway, he flew all the way up here.
Yeah.
In his plane, this small plane. He landed his plane down there at the airport. And me and my wife went down there and we picked him up. And we brought him up here to my studio. He gave me $600 for that piece. He flew all the way up here to get that piece. And he was a pilot.
Do you remember?
So that's interesting. That was
do you remember his name?
Something I can put in my vocabulary. I put in my book. What you thought that?
Do you remember his name?
I don't remember his name right now. But he was a big guy. In fact, he gained a lot of weight. He told me that he had to lose about 100 pounds, 125 pounds, because he couldn't fly a small plane.
Oh, wow.
He was so big that he couldn't get inside of the plane. And he had to lose his weight and stuff like that. He started to drive. Up here. And then he called me and told me that he decided he'll fly. Now, I don't know if he owned that plane. I guess he did. I guess it was his plane. Yeah, and we took pictures. I got some pictures out in the back that I took of him coming in, coming in out of the air until he landed on the ground. I took pictures and then took pictures of his wife and my wife together standing by the plane and all that. I got the pictures out in the back somewhere if I can find them. Mm-hmm. And then when he came up here, this lady and people tried to, what you call it? They like take up. I call it taking a person.
Mm.
The guy said, I came on here to visit George. This lady said, oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm gonna show you around Idlewild. I'm sure this. What she had in mind was him giving some kind of donation. That's what I believe she had in mind.
Mm.
But anyway, she come on, come on, come on, come on. So he said, okay. So he got in the car with her, and she rolled him all around Idlewild and showed him different things around Idlewild. And then she brought him back and everything. But he came to visit me. So what do you think about that? In other words, he was my guest, but she looked like she dead and gone.
Yeah. She ran off.
But
she ran off with him. They're chatting in there. Did that happen a lot?
mm-hmm.
Does that happen a lot?
Do it happen a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It happen a lot. It happen a lot. Just don't call people names. You see it in a movie like, can a person steal another person's friend from them? Like, can somebody take you away from me?
I mean, it's possible. Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Yeah. You think that could happen with me and you?
I hope not, but I feel like actually I had a friend that someone tried to do that with, and I just thought that doesn't sound like that person, and I gave him a call. And when he told me his side of the story, it totally changed, and I was like, wow, I'm really glad I called you. And he's like, it's been interesting finding out the people that will call and the people that just totally believe what someone else said without checking in. And I know that's like a more true friend.
Mm-hmm.
You like assume the best,
Mm-hmm.
out of someone that you really care about, I think.
I think when a person try to do that to me, I just let it go. I just let it go.
Yeah.
I just let it go. I just let it go.
I think that's the right thing.
Yeah, I just let it go. But if the person is a friend, if the person is a real friend, they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna let go to the other side.
Right.
Yeah. They're gonna still stay with that thing, stay with that same person.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a real friend.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that happen a lot.
When you know how I want you to read that book, that part of that book?
Yeah, what?
Part of that book, Barracoon?
The book?
Uh-huh.
What you were talking about putting him in?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I want to put that to footage of lions.
Are you really writing a book?
Am I really writing a book?
Are you writing a book about me? You said you were writing a book one time, I told you. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, and I said we should write a book at like a catalog, like an art
Like a
catalog.
catalog.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now, what you say you want to put in the book?
Your art
My
with your stories of like what they're about in your life and all that stuff.
and stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I tried to study other artists. I used to. I always back to the Renaissance, the old masters. I always studied them, studied their lifestyle, their private life, their romance life, and all that type of stuff. Like I know, what's his name? You know his name when I call it. He the one that painted the Christian pictures up in the ceiling.
Oh, Michelangelo, right?
Was it the Michelangelo?
The Sistine
Yeah,
Chapel.
I think so. I think it was. He was homosexual. You know that?
Mm-mm.
I read that. I don't know how people find stuff like that and they read it and they put it in writing. He was homosexual.
Maybe he had
And
love letters or something.
mm,
Maybe he had love letters or something.
maybe so. Yeah, yeah, that's possible. That's possible. Leonardo da Vinci,
Mm-hmm.
he wrote stuff that you had to look at it in a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Is it up? Was it upside down, or which way you had to read it in a mirror?
Backwards, yeah.
Yeah, and Van Gogh, he was crazy. He had trouble with his life, with his lifestyle. His brother got most of his paintings. He was always writing his brother letter and stuff like that. And I used to look at what's his name? You were talking about him the other day. Can't got his name on the tip end of my tongue. Uh, Picasso.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he had a lot of women in his life. Those paintings that he did, he I used to look at them paintings, and they actually don't look like the person that he actually painted,
Mm-hmm.
but that be that person that's how he seen them.
That's what you think? That's how he sees them?
That's how he seen them.
Mm-hmm.
Just like if I would draw you, actually draw you, and I look at you different, and then I say, "That's you, Lily. That's you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of offended.
Huh?
And I'm kind of offended.
I don't know. You would be offended. I'll be offended or not, but if the picture wouldn't be beautiful, because them pictures that he painted, they weren't actually beautiful, but they were worth millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Millions of dollars. And he was a person that didn't go to art shows.
Yeah.
He didn't go to art shows. He stayed in Paris and painted.
Yeah.
And he had people that were doing this work for him in New York.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
You don't but if you had that opportunity, don't you think you would still want to make your own art?
So you would think people want to see me?
I mean, if you had millions of dollars, Would you pay other people to make art for you? Make your art?
Well, you can't handle it all by yourself.
Because you just have so much you want
Yeah,
to do?
it's just like this guy. I see him on the internet. We were talking about it the other day about gold diggers.
Oh, yeah.
Now this guy, he about 53 years old.
Yeah.
He got all these flashy cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got these little sports cars. He got these wagons, and he got about maybe 6, 7 cars.
Mm-hmm.
But the point I'm trying to get across is, I looked at him on the internet sometimes,
Yeah.
and he see, well, ooh, how you doing? How you doing, beautiful? Oh, how you doing? Hi, okay.
Yeah.
And the woman keep on walking,
Uh-huh.
and she keep on walking, and then when he go to get in his car, the woman look back and see him get in the car, and then she rush her that way where he at, because she didn't see him. She looking at the car.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he called them gold diggers. So when the woman gets in the car, he start asking her questions and things like that, and then he wind up saying, "Why did you come back?" And then she'll say something that she might say anything, and then someone might say, "I came back because of the car." And then he said, "You come back because of the car. What about me?" But anyway, he tells these women he got 3 McDonald's restaurants. He buy old buildings and he break them down and make office space.
Hmm.
So these women that he be talking to, they figure that he got money because he tell them, and she said, "This your car?" And he'll say, "Yeah, it's one of them." And she said, "Ooh, it's one of them. You got more?" And he'll say, "Yeah, I got 5 or 6 more cars like that." Okay, but then when he gets the woman in the car, and then he asks her why did she come back, and then she'll say, "I came back because of this or that," but she never said why she came back. And then he said, "Are you a gold digger? Because you didn't say nothing. You wouldn't talk to me on the street. When you see me get in the car, then you came back. So you're a gold digger." But I said to myself, I said, all them women that he be talking to is not gold diggers. Just because a woman like nice things, a nice house, a nice car, and she figured that a man can give it to her, I don't call that making her a gold digger. I really don't. What do you think?
I agree.
Huh?
I agree.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
You call him a gold digger?
No, no, no.
Huh?
No, I don't.
You know what I'm
Or
saying?
or what's wrong with that?
Huh?
I think like there's a lot going on and things are hard, and if someone is able to help out, why not? Plus everything's unfair in so many ways.
Unfair.
Yeah. Like
Mm.
it's easier, you know.
I mean, he be done told these women that he owned 3 McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if a woman say he owned 3 McDonald's, then you must got money.
Yeah. But also like just because you are acting foolish, um like I feel like people do that a lot of times. They
With
talk
that,
about that comparison of women being gold diggers. because he even explains the situation of like, you don't just catcall to someone.
You just don't what?
You don't just like, you know, it's weird when guys just talk to you on the street like that.
Yeah.
So what's he expecting would happen?
Yeah.
You know, like what
I
is he
think
offering beyond?
sometimes I think it's made up though, because
Oh, it's totally made up.
it be the way some of the women be dressed.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think it's made up. Cause I just can't see a woman walking down the street, but the way I see some of the people on YouTube.
George is on YouTube.
Huh? It's on YouTube. I just
Said
can't see a woman walking down the street
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, it's
You
made
wouldn't
up.
walk down the street like that.
You don't know.
Would you?
Sometimes, sure, but I still don't. I still don't want people talking to me like that. Like that's not. You know, it's like art for art's sake. I'm not. I'm not gonna be out in the world just so people can see me.
Just for people to see you.
Yeah, I would do it because it's like, I don't know, a really warm, beautiful day, and I want to feel like a cool summer breeze. You know?
Well, you take a pair of shorts and put them on while they way up here.
Like in your painting?
Oh, I got something like that in my painting?
Yes.
Which one?
The one it's like I think it says like own this booty or something.
I got one on the back. I got a picture on the back that it show where it show the front of a woman with a breath,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did it backwards. It showed the back of her and her butt.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little small picture in the back.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah.
And there's a woman told me one time, while he was a white lady, showed me one time. She said, "You got a lot of women." Cause I like to paint women. I hardly ever paint men.
Yeah.
I like to paint women
But I like the men you do have paintings of.
because
I like all of them.
I don't know. I love women. I love women. So I got put a lot of women in my paintings, and my drawings or whatnot. I can make up a woman out of imagine. I can make up a woman out of imagination. And that's what an artist is supposed to do.
Sometimes.
So paint from imagination, or from pictures and whatnot. And but I can make up women. All women must be
Do you remember
in my painting.
Do you remember Clifford Fears?
Hmm?
Do you remember Clifford Fears?
Who is that?
He was a dancer at the Flamingo Club in the 50s.
No, I don't recall that name. I remember a guy, he had one leg. He used to ski out on the lake.
On the lake?
Yeah, he had one leg.
Do you remember his name?
He had one leg and he used to ski.
That's cool.
He'd get behind a boat. The boat be flying, he be skiing.
Oh, water skiing?
Water skiing. Yeah, I remember him. I can call his name now. Yeah.
That would be a cool painting. That'd be a cool painting.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? I don't really know if I can do something like that or not. Yeah. But anyway, so much for that. all that stuff is being recorded.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a studio visit. It's like a studio visit.
It's like a studio visit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happened to Danny?
I don't know.
Oh.
He said he wasn't feeling up to it.
Hmm?
He said he wasn't feeling up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I gotta check in with him.
But that's what you were talking about all the time. You tell me about them talk shows.
Yeah. I
You were
kept
talking
trying to
about,
get you to
you were
come
talking
over.
about you were talking about Danny.
Uh-huh.
Mm. Yeah, I know Danny.
How'd you meet
I
him?
think he came from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I used to. Yeah, he used to deal a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it on that. Too many people might hear it.
Mowing your lawn.
Mm.
Mowing your lawn.
Yeah, he used to deal a little bit. But, he used to live right down the street, down there in a little small house.
Mm-hmm.
Right down the street.
He said he also lived on the island.
Mm.
He lived on the island when he first got here.
Yeah.
I didn't know there used to be houses there.
Mm.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I think he used to ride a motorcycle.
Mm.
It looked like he had one time.
I had one.
Mm-hmm.
I had a motorcycle.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was intending to ask you, did you ever rode a motorcycle before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I can't imagine how people could ride out here, because the hardest thing for me was stopping on gravel.
On gravel?
Yeah, and there's so many dirt roads, like
Yeah.
I probably would slide out.
There used to be a
every
guy
10
right across
feet.
the street over here. He used to ride his motorcycle up here. And, cause my brother, he had a motorcycle. He lived way up. He rode way in, was that Ohio? I believe it was Ohio. And he rode his motorcycle up here. He had a 750 Honda. What would you have?
I had a 250 Suzuki.
250.
Yeah. It was like a little cruiser hybrid.
You had that since you've been up here?
No, I sold it when I left.
I heard you said you had to ride on gravel.
Yeah, I sold it when I left LA.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I used to ride it out. I used to ride it out to Ventura Beach, because when I was at Cal Arts, it was like a straight shot down the 10.
Oh, yeah.
And I was living in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
At school, illegally. And I had like a little 10 by 10 studio.
Mm-hmm.
With no windows. It was like it was kind of like a jail cell or something. But I had a really good time in there. They'd have art openings every Thursday, and I would go up in my rollerblades and ride around to all the openings and just hang out with people.
How about that? 250.
Mm-hmm. Suzuki 250.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always did like motorcycles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like them. I did some motorcycles out of. I did a motorcycle. I sold it. That's something I should have kept. I went through a lot of pain in doing that. I did a motorcycle out of wire. There was a guy riding and a girl in the back holding me around the waist. I sold it at a fair one time. I should have kept that.
Mm. I like the motorcycle that's in there now.
Mm-hmm.
I like the wire sculpture motorcycle that's in there now.
You like?
There's a wire sculpture in the studio
Mm-hmm.
of a motorcycle.
Out there?
Mm-hmm.
I
I
ain't got
think
no
so.
motorcycle out there now.
No?
Mm-hmm. I told you I made one, but I sold it. A motorcycle. But I got some. Yeah, I got some motorcycle out in the back. I got one that half done out in the back on the other side over there on the work part over there. Yeah.
I also really like that buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I like that buffalo head.
Buffalo?
Yeah.
Where?
In the studio.
You know what's out there and I don't.
It's like I think it's wood, black and white and red. And it's really kind of masky. It's like,
how big is it?
Like this.
Oh. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
I forgot that was out there. See what I say? You know most out there more than I do. You got an eye for looking. You know, cut it off for me.
I got an eye for looking?
Hmm?
Thank you.
I want to see how it's gonna look. How it's gonna look inside that.
You want me to do it right now?
Hmm?
You want me to do it right now?
Yeah.
During my show?
You can cut it out.
You want me to work on my show? Where can I do it? In the studio?
Yeah.
Okay. Be right back.
It's gonna make a lot of dust,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not.
There you go. I think you were gonna sandwich them, weren't you?
Hmm?
Oh, I see now.
Hmm?
I get it now.
You get it?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do. It's that here.
Yeah.
This here need to be
Hot glue.
hold that. Not hold that top part.
You want your marker?
No, I'm looking for the pen.
Hold up.
Push it over a little bit.
Oh.
Right it back. Okay. Okay, take it. Put it back there. Okay, now I need this part. Okay. That's the piano.
Mm-hmm.
This is the backboard over here. These are the keys. This is the stand where the dialing rods go. And this part up here this is another part of the piano. And see what was I had on that. Trying to get that to turn.
Turn to what? Oh, the piano photo. You want me to hold it?
Yeah.
Did you want it bigger or smaller?
No.
Smaller?
Can you cut that right across there for me?
Cut there?
Yeah, cut this in.
Okay. Switch.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Now, you hold it.
Hmm?
Hold it. You take the other piece. Take that piece there. Hold it up. Put it on the like we did it before. Hold it up straight. Now. There you go.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Do you get the pictures?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the legs going up under there on each side. And that could be a stool. Right there.
This?
Yeah, that could be a stool. Now, I don't know where to make the piano out of this stuff. Make it out of this here. I'll make it out of that board.
But why would you want the board instead of the...
Huh? You use the board.
what would be the benefits of each one?
The board. More stable, and let's see. What would be? Oh, yeah. This is that's that's the stool. I sit it back. There. That's the stool. And I had smaller dollar rods. Right. These one here, one there. And that's the front part. The way it look. And then just the legs go up under there on each side. And I'll do some up in here to make it look like the keys and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Will you like hot glue it together?
Huh?
How do you?
Yeah. How would I do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just take you could take you bought some nails now. Did you bring them nails in that's long enough? How long are those?
These are 5/8.
Ain't too long.
These are 3/4.
Ooh, you done spent some money. You bought these, yeah.
They were like $2.
Take one out from 2 or 3 of them out. Ain't quite long enough. Ain't quite long enough. Ain't quite long enough.
Need a book.
I thought I could stick that right through there.
The book might help. Book might help.
Yeah, cut that for me. And get that little hammer in there for me.
I didn't see the little hammer, but oop. Do you want to try it? Would that help, maybe? You could even maybe smush it in there.
That should be able to knock that down in there with that.
Do you know where your hammer is?
That little hammer, but I can use that.
You can do that?
Yeah. Huh?
Do you know where your hammer is?
Yeah, it's on that table on the side. But anyway, but I'll try to use that. If I can get this. It's not quite long enough.
You had other ones in there. I'll see if there's longer.
Ain't quite long enough. Ain't quite long enough.
Here's some 7/8.
Yeah, long with them. Yeah. No long enough. artwork anyway. I'm in here doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Relentless.
Oh, I can hold it in my hand. I got you, baby. My nails all over the floor. Give me another nail. I got glue that'll stay on. Okay, now that's the stool.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the legs. Give you a rough idea. I think this, without me even looking at that, I think that'll work. But like I said, I'm trying to decide one. But it's still got a back part that's going further down
Mm-hmm.
to this part here.
Mm-hmm.
Could have went down a little further. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where that piece of foam at? Yeah. That's okay. You have to go back and get that.
It's not the right size, but you wanted the big piece. Not the right size.
One solid piece. And see it went down a little further. But it'll work without that though. I don't really have to add that. That's going down. Need the wood that you put inside. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll work. But just this here. I don't really have to have that. But I'm trying to figure out whether or not to use the board. You think that's too big or too small?
No, it looks just right.
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out whether or not that wood that is so thick there.
Mm-hmm.
It's so thick. You got some that's less than that.
Yeah, it's like a quarter. It's like half of that.
That's less than this, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want it to be enough where I can be able to stick nails in it. Would it be thick enough for me to put nails in it like this?
Not that way.
Hmm?
Not at a 90-degree, no.
You don't know if it's half of that.
Mm-hmm.
Might be half of that. That'd be enough still to nails in it, I think.
They'd have to be
I
real
believe.
tiny. They'd have to be real tiny.
Other than that, that's so thick.
Yeah.
That is so thick. It'll take us a while if you run the salt through it.
Why not just use more foam?
Hmm? Just make it out of the foam.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that.
Or cardboard.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that.
Have you ever painted a gay couple?
Hmm?
Have you ever painted a gay couple?
Have I ever painted a gay couple?
Mm-hmm.
No. Not really. Not really. What do you think about something like that?
I think it'd be cool if you did.
Huh?
I think it'd be cool if you did.
You did?
Uh-huh.
You do? Oh, no, I never thought about doing a gay couple. That means 2 women?
No, 2 men.
2 men. Hmm?
2 men.
I'd rather do 2 men, 2 women.
You'd rather do 2 men?
Huh?
You'd rather do 2 men?
I'd rather do 2 women
Mm.
than I do 2 men.
That's why I'd rather you do 2 men?
Huh?
I think it'd be cooler if you did 2 men.
2 men.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's something about if I did 2 men and then somebody seen it, they're gonna say I'm gay. That'll be the first thing that's not on the person's mind.
Why do you think?
If I do women, people don't say much about I'm a man. If I do women, people say, "Oh well, he like women."
Why do you think
But
that
then
is?
if I do a man, I do pictures of men, but it'd be different kinds of men, like men running, men boxing, and just like a man with a nice built, nice physique. I might do a picture like that of a person, which he could still be gay. He could still be gay. But you think it'd be cool if they 2 men.
Yeah.
You ever see that commercial on television? They'll start showing gay people on TV now.
Yeah.
Did you know that? You don't you don't very much look at very much TV.
I don't.
Yeah, they show these 2 men on television, they're kissing.
Yeah.
In the commercial, they show several ones like that. They're the same ones over and over again. They show them all the time.
They show all the time.
2 gay couples.
What are they selling?
Huh?
What are they
They're
selling?
advertising. They're making an advertisement about something. I don't know what it is. And then the other one kissed the man. And they showed 2 men sitting on the couch, eat popcorn together. But that's funny. They show the men's, but they ain't never showed too many women.
I think because women.
I ain't never seen too many women gay couple not on TV. They mostly show the men. Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. You sleepy?
Huh?
You sleepy?
No. No, I was trying to analyze when you said you like the men. You like the men.
Yeah.
Because why would you like the men instead of the woman?
I think because it feels more risky, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, people. I like the idea that you're taking on some risk.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea that like you're taking on some risk.
Me taking in from it.
Yeah, some risk. Of like you said, if someone looks at it, they might think you're gay. What's the problem with that?
Well, one thing I ain't gay, so
yeah.
That one of the things.
But isn't that interesting?
But if I was, I guess it wouldn't really make no difference.
And isn't that interesting that they would think
that would be the first thing?
But they wouldn't think you're gay because you paint so many women together.
Well, them little women together, yeah, all right. I do paint women together. That's true.
Yeah.
They could be gay, huh? Yeah, that's true. I never thought about that. I never thought about that.
But you have groups of men too. But I think women just people project a lot of sexuality on them anyway. Whether they are or not. And I think with men there's not as much tenderness for people to see. You don't get to see as much tenderness with men very often.
Do I see?
I think just in general we don't get to see that as often.
Yeah.
Like even.
Well, they bring it in the world, but I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
You told me sometimes you date women.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How How often?
How often? I mean, I'm not very good at dating, so
Hmm?
I don't date very often anyway.
You don't date them?
I don't date very often in general
You
anyway.
don't date very often.
Hmm.
Okay,
So not very often, but it's not very often with with
but
guys either.
you dating now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You ever ask you a question? You can answer it or not. Have you ever told, what's his name?
Kevin?
Yeah, have you ever told him that?
Oh yeah.
You know?
Hmm.
Okay.
He wishes he were more gay.
Hmm? What?
He wishes he were more gay.
He know?
He wishes.
He wishes gay?
Hmm.
You do?
Hmm.
Not really.
Not really?
No, he ain't gay himself,
No. But he wishes he were.
but he wishes.
Hmm.
Mm. So he probably like President Obama.
Yeah, for sure.
President Obama, what did he say? Trying to see the word that he used. Um, how did he put that? Okay, for for two women to marry or two men to marry, he don't see anything wrong with that.
Hmm.
President Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you do?
yeah, I do. If you if you're gonna do it, yeah, well, just do it. It's it's no big thing. It's no big deal. I guess it's something that's been going on in the world for a long, long, long time. But as long as you got a understanding, two bells, two couples. I always say, like this in the Bible, two women can't make no baby. Two men can't make no baby. The only way you can make a baby is through sexual intercourse.
But is that the only important thing in a relationship?
That makes it the most important thing because they go out and they adopt kids. They adopt kids.
Isn't that important?
Huh?
Isn't that important?
How's that?
Isn't that important? Because there's all those
Yeah,
kids without
yeah. Well, they
parents.
want kids. They just want to be the whole thing. They want to be you the male, I'm the female.
Well, not everybody. Some people just want to be
I
themselves.
I see on television a lot. It's a common thing now
Hmm.
because I see like I see men like on this program that come on like on The Price is Right, not The Price is Right. What's the name of that program? Wheel of Fortune,
Yeah.
and they might win something, and they'll say, and they'll introduce their friend. It'd be a man, and he'll say, "My husband,"
Hmm.
and I jump because it's your man,
Yeah.
and he's the husband. That's the husband, so he's the female. He's the male, and that's a husband.
Well, you can have two husbands.
You can have two husbands.
Yeah, why not?
How is that?
Because it doesn't always have to be uh like each person could just be a whole person. It doesn't have to be divided that way.
I'm trying to follow you. Two husbands. Can a man have two wives?
Some men do, yeah.
Some men do.
Mm-hmm.
Some men got more than that.
Mm-hmm. Some women too.
Some women, yeah. Okay. Okay. I missed the picture. I missed the picture.
Like, actually, that's the part of the book I wanted you to read.
Huh?
In that book I wanted you to read. That's
What in this book you gave me?
Barracoon. Mm-hmm.
What's the name of it?
Barracoon by Zora Neale Hurston.
You ain't a book you gave me, is you?
Mm-hmm.
And that not the book you only gave me is about with the slaves.
No, there's another one.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
it would be in this corner here. It would be down in this bag.
I think it was in your chair.
No, I ain't got one book you gave me.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
We're almost at time. Yeah, there it is right there.
That's the book?
Yeah.
The last, you didn't sound like you were saying that, though.
Barracoon.
Oh, you pronounced the name. That's the guy's name.